So the first thing I do is check my first frost date of the season. For Clinton, Maryland, this is November 1st. So the crops I'm going to work with today are Black Forest Kobocha squash. Kobocha stands for squash, by the way. It's Japanese. Black Futsu squash. And the red express cabbage. Okay, so right here I'm going to put the red express cabbage. All right, guys, so the first time I've seen the red express cabbage was on James Prigioni's channel, Gardening with James Prigioni. And if you don't know of his channel, I'll put a link of it down below in the description. I mean, he is a very inspirational gardener. This guy lives and breathes vegetable gardening. I mean, he can show you how to grow just about anything. So that inspired me to go ahead and grow this season. I immediately went and bought the seeds. I went to Hudson Valley Seed and purchased a pack. Days to maturity is 63 days, which is mid-September. So they get to be 8 to 12 inches tall, and you need to space them 2 to 3 feet apart. A description: this smaller red cabbage was bred for northern climates. Perfect size for home gardening, dense but not too large. Used for bright coleslaw or homemade sauerkraut. So here are the seeds. And like I said, I'm just gonna sprinkle some in a ring here. No more than 10 seeds. And cover that up lightly. All right. And in fact, I'll just put my label right there, Red Express. Pretty excited about that. Over here, I'll put the Black Forest Kobocha squash. Green skin, deep orange flesh. Flip the package over. It sprouts in 5 to 10 days, so within a week. 75 days to maturity, so that will be kind of towards the end of September. And 18 inches tall and spaced 36 inches or 3 feet. You plant at an inch depth. So I basically form my ring. Okay, and stick these down an inch deep. And I'll do 5. And cover them up just an inch deep. Simple as that. Throw my tag in the center. So uniform Kobocha with deep green skin and dense golden flesh. Plants produce about 3 to 4 pound fruit each. Roast alone or add to soups. Even the skin is tasty. So over here, I'll put my black Futsu. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Black Futsu or black Futsu squash. Okay. I'm probably butchering that name. Most squash seeds and melon seeds you plant about 1 inch deep. All right. Edible skin with smooth, tasty flesh. Heirloom Japanese pumpkin with attractive, deeply ribbed, bumpy skin that cures from deep black green to a warm orange buff color. Edible skin and fine, nutty flavored flesh. So they sprout in about a week, mature in about 110 days, which will be closer to Halloween. Height, 72 inches, so this gets pretty tall, all right? Spreads 60 to 72 inches. So as you can see behind it, I have this tomato, which by that time will pretty much be died down. And in fact, I'll probably just pull it out. And I have a sage bush right here, which I'll transplant in the near future. Like I said, melons and squash, I normally do 5 or 6 in a ring at 1 inch deep. Yep, that's that. Cover that up. So right about now, this time in the season, mid to late July, I like to go ahead and start all of my my fall crops. I start to hear all the cicadas. You know, the seasons will tell you when it's time to start. What I do is I pay attention to my first frost date. My first frost date I showed you guys earlier is roughly November 1st, early November. Sometimes it can be a little earlier. And I just count back based on the date of maturity for each crop. So my red express cabbage, that matures pretty soon in about 60 days. And the black forest in about 73 days. And the black Futsu in about 110 days. All right, guys, thanks for hanging with me on this quick episode, and I'll see you on the next one. AJ's Green Thumb. You know what? Since I'm over here, let's check on this acorn squash. See what we got. What we working with. That one's a decent size. So I guess I'll go ahead and harvest. I see 2 acorn squash, about 5-6 inches long and probably 4 to 5 inches wide. So I think that's a good size. Decent size.